Our next edition in Ghana, I'm pleased to announce, we will be going to Kumasi. We will be going to Kumasi.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. So what you were looking at was the Royal Edition for Tech in Kumasi. Tech in Ghana. It will be in Kumasi for the first time on the 4th and 5th of December in Jubilee Hall at Manship Palace. Available until the 23rd of November. So hurry up and go get them. I know there are going to be such wonderful insights there. If you get a look at the speakers by going online, you'll see that it's worth the ticket to get more information. And welcome. Thank you for joining us for the Royal Build-Up. Women, Code, and Courage. The power of the modern Yaa Asantewaa effect. So I'm excited to talk with some women in tech today. Thank you all so much. And I wanted to just get started with introductions, and I'll just go by order of first name. So Miss Ashley Aggrey, could you introduce yourself, please?
And people, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Ashley Aggrey. I'm an entrepreneur. I also work as a growth strategist, and I lead the Ashley Aggrey Network. I've been in the entrepreneurship space for over 5 years, and one of my ventures include Aggrey Technologies, right? A venture that looks at how women can leverage on digital solutions and platforms to improve business efficiency. Aside that, through my work as a growth strategist, stagnation to achieve a 5-figure success. And with the Ashley Aggrey Network, we are creating a space where sisterhood and empowerment are nurtured. So this is me, and I'm excited to be here once again.
Wow, welcome, Ashley. You're doing the full circle. So not only the tech side, but also how people feel about it as you're doing it. So we thank you for what you're doing. Next, we have Karyn and Adjoa Thompson. You're welcome.
Good morning. My name is Karyn Thompson. I'm a student at University of Science and Technology at Tena AI. Tena AI is a chatbot system that helps educate women on their rights, and I'm happy to be here this morning. Thank you, Roxanne.
Thanks, Karyn. Welcome. And last but definitely not least, Naomi Kokuro from KayaApp Grocery. Welcome.
Thank you, Roxanne. I'm happy to be here. So my name is Naomi Kokuro, co-founder of KayaApp Groceries. So KayaApp Groceries is a platform that uses simple tools to connect busy people, individuals, and organizations. We are supporting the Kayas, that is the head porters, and the market women with regards to the food system that they have built for themselves. And all these have been possible through my collaboration with Hyperspace Innovation Hub, where they mentored us, and women in agribusiness by Guza through their program called Ignite, funding from NEIP during about 3 years ago, and that's helped to shape the strong belief that when it comes to technology, and women doing innovating things. I can't leave them before they come and beat me. So yes. And so they shaped the strong belief that yes, we can use technology to create something. We can use technology with regards to our traditional ways and everything. So I'm excited today to share how we as women can lead with innovation by staying connected to where our society.
Nice, thank you. And I just wanted to mention, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we'll definitely get them to our presenters today. Now, this is for everyone. Yaa Asantewaa is remembered for her bravery in defending the gold stool and that journey. What moment has required that same boldness? And anyone can answer first.
Okay, so then let me go ahead with that. So one of my boldest moments with regards to my business, KayaApp Grocery, was actually the idea to start KayaApp Groceries in Ashanti region and in Kumasi, and a cultural space. And most of the time, when it comes to how you can shop for your foodstuffs and other stuff, our mothers will tell you that they go to the market to go and engage, to network. Those are the places that they go to relax, take time off the children and the home, and are bringing in innovation to come and change how all this comes about. So that was a bold moment for me to decide to build a KayaApp Groceries around the lives of these mothers, these fathers, and as well as the market women and the Kaya groups who do not see this tech or they don't understand anything about tech. It will shock you to know that when we started, it took us over a year for us to understand that we were not getting orders, and we had to go understand this app. But luckily for us, they were used to WhatsApp. So we started off with, you can call in and drop your orders, or you can use the WhatsApp. So yes, we have the Kaya app, but hey, every app is an app. So we are using WhatsApp for it. So that was our bold moment.
Yeah, it's nice because you're using what's relevant to the culture, where they are, and meeting people where they are, which I think is a very important part of tech. We can't just push things on people. Ashley or Karyn, any thoughts?
Okay, I think I'll go next. So for me, my tech journey has been an interesting one and quite a bit challenging too. Right. So before Ashrupi Technologies of digital solutions among women entrepreneurs, and aside that, I had served as project lead for a digital marketing, a 3-month digital marketing program that graduated amazing 40 women. Right. And then there's the Aggrey Network Tech for Beginners series. And this was inspired by me wanting to get to know the various fields in tech and the opportunities available for women. So I was unsure where to start. There was no real guidance, right? And I knew then that other women could put themselves in my shoes. There were other women feeling the same way I was feeling. And so the Aggrey Network decided to launch the year-long Tech for Beginners series, introducing women to the various fields in tech, to a time where I've had to apply the same boldness as Yaa Asantewaa will be in my own venture, the Ashrupi Technologies. Of all my years of running businesses, this has been the most challenging, right? And there's so many times I've gotten to the point of thinking, maybe I should dissolve this venture, right? Tech could have on other businesses, and for me, I have run run other businesses, so I know how technology affects businesses, how you are able to grow and thrive if you leverage effectively on tech. And so I look at this and I say no, right? So for every time time I've persisted, I would call all those moments as moments I have to apply the same boldness.
That's great. It's boldness, and that not only boldness, but the resilience as well. I just have a follow-up question. What would you say is your biggest challenge, and how did you push through? Because Yaa Asantewaa had like resilience as well. So how did you push that? Maybe I should give it up.
Okay, so for me, resilience comes from impact, the impact I see, right? From leading digital marketing program, I realized that these women didn't just go through the program. Now we have women that have been amazing. I spoke to one of the ladies of the network just recently, and she just landed a good paying job, and her skills are going to be relevant in that organizations. And she's in tech, digital men from the same digital marketing program, now establishing CSOs, right? NGOs focused in tech, right? With regard to what we do with the Aggrey Network Tech for Beginners series, that those moments where you get to witness the aha moments of women. So they see, they perceive that an area is very, get to realize that, oh, it wasn't as I thought, right? I can actually go into this space. So all these come together, and you cannot just, for me, impact is impact, no matter how little. Each day are stepping stones to what we are going to achieve the next day. And there's so much we can achieve. And so that's where my resilience comes from.
Beautiful impact. Amazing. So Karyn, for you as well, so what was the time where you had to really display that boldness?
Growing up as the only child in my house, it was perceived that most men are breadwinners. Most men can do this. Most men can do that. So a woman can also do this. My mom is my biggest role model. She's a journalist in one of the radio stations in the Western region. And she likes to talk a lot. She likes to advocate for women's rights through her work. So it came to my realization that most women in Ghana do not know their rights. So I felt like the most boldest step that was close to Yaa Asantewaa's virtues was me coming up with Tena AI, which is a digital platform that helps in women's rights education. We do not only educate the women, but then we also create a safe space for them in traumatizing situations, but then do not know who to talk to, do not know who to confide in. This is where Tena AI comes in, and trust me, Tena AI keeps all our women's information or databases sacred. It is our key or our conformance to do all this for the rights of women.
I love that, Karyn. And I have a follow-up question as well, because you were also saying that you were at KNUST. And I know for women, we struggle with feeling like we're qualified enough to start anything, to do anything. And so I know you said you got some things from the start, from where I am. And how would you encourage someone else to do the same?
Starting Tena AI wasn't very easy. I had a lot of backlashes from my course mates, from my course reps. I had to do a lot of research, but then it was deemed that, oh, you're a woman. And plus, Tena AI is far from the course I'm actually studying at KNUST. It has to do with law and all that. But then I flew in. You can't put a woman down. It's not right to do that because as students in school, a lot of people go through a lot of traumatizing things. People are being domestically abused, people are being psychologically, verbally abused, and you feel like that's right, but that's never right. So I felt like a lot of women's voices were not heard, a lot of women's voices were being swept under the carpet just because they're women, and that should create Tena AI.
I honestly, it's really impressive. I see Naomi giving claps as well, and I see online some amazing initiative and awesome perspective. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that you took something that is really you would think is an emotional, personal matter and brought tech to it. I think that's an amazing combination. So thank you so much for that perspective. So I want to talk about why we think some women may not go into tech, right? What do you think maybe some of the barriers that keep women in particular from saying, that's for me? You mentioned, a lot of women look to men for things, but what do you guys think? Naomi,
Okay,
I'm going to
thank you
start
very
with you.
much. So I'll start from where Karyn actually ended. You remember when she was talking, she talked about the fact that when she wanted to start that initiative, she was discouraged by even people close. And most of the time, the reason why women do not want to go into tech areas is the fact that fear, the fear of being questioned, the fear of, oh, what if it doesn't end well? But then Carson would say, in gifted hands. So yes, most of the time the underlying factor is the fear. And when you come to our part of the world, one of the key things that we realize is that we've made the tech space become like a male-centered ecosystem. Even females are not willing to go into how many tech go into tech field. They are looking at the soft side, right? That's why now you see a lot of women going into the digital marketing. Though the digital marketing has a lot to do, but how many of them are going into I call it the hardware aspect of these tech areas to discuss a key tech activity? How many men do you see on the panel and how many women do you see? So it all boils down to the fear of entering into that male-dominated environment. Another one is about the low exposure to the tech possibilities. There is a lot. Recently, I was in a class. Even as women, one of the key things that we could be doing because of our busy nature and all the nurturing and everything is remote work. And the opportunities that comes with remote working is amazing. And yet, most of us women do not. We are always given. Sometimes we are also given excuses, and it's not anyone's fault. It is our fault. So I love the initiative by the arts to bring in more of the women in it, more of the upcoming women to fill into that space, and then the society expectations where they think that a woman is supposed to be a nurturer. She is just supposed to be the caregiving. I remember when I started, before I also forget, but today I'm not talking about digital marketing, so we are just talking about KayaApp. And I remember the comments that people will, even when you are applying for the same job and everything. And sometimes it comes back to we, the women, where we are given the excuses. Oh, I can't. Oh, I don't think I will be able to match up to this person. If you are a woman and you are in the tech, it means that no, you can still be your feminine person and still flourish and be successful in the tech space. So these are some of the reasons why most of these women are not going into the tech space. Somebody will say there is lack of role models, but I can count about 10 role models in the tech space now. We have Akosua, who is leading the tech in Ghana. I went to tech in Ghana about 4 years ago. I am even featured just so that is about 6 years ago, 6 years ago. Akosua featured KayaApp groceries on her channel when tech in Ghana was flourishing. But how many women know about tech in Ghana? How many of them are willing to pay money to go for an event that we say that is tech in Ghana? There is Ethel Kofi, who is also in the tech dominated area. There is Ivy Bali. There were lots of women in amazingly well, combining everything. But we are not willing to check in there. We are not willing to invest as women and so if you're a woman and you are watching me here, you are an up and coming woman and you really want to go into the tech field, my dear, no one is going to hand anything over to you on a silver platter. The same way that we claim that the men are pushing and the men are being how do I say, quote unquote, aggressive to get opportunities. You as a woman also go out there and also be at par and push for the opportunities. Women, there are lots of, even currently, there are a lot of opportunities for women to go into the tech field. It is because they wanted women to come into the tech field. That's why they started all these STEM initiatives. But when they start these things in the JHSs and the SHSs, how many of the women go into the tertiaries and go and offer these tech initiatives? I hear that at KNUST and most of STEM courses down so that women can go into that field. But there is that fear. But there were lots of jobs, there were lots of other things you can do. No one is asking you to go and be a pilot engineer or a marine engineer. There are other tech fields that you can actually apply and go to. So the opportunities are there. We are giving it away. But I have said, one of the key issues why women in Ghana, especially Kumasi, are not going into the tech field is the fact that we believe it's supposed to be handed over to us. But hey, my dear ladies on this platform, it's not going to be handed over to you. KayaApp wasn't handed over to me. Trust me, I had to build it. Once you take the initiative and you start moving, you are going to get the support that you need. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Naomi. It's not going to be given to you. That was definitely my takeaway. I Can Ghana is saying if we give young girls the opportunity to explore tech at early age, the fear will vanish. At my end, I have 6 to 10 years who have developed functional mobile eye. I think women must put in efforts to, I think women must put in efforts to encourage young girls to start tech at early ages. Thank you so much. Just from I Can Ghana. And I want to follow up on that and ask Ashley, how can we support women in tech? We see it's going to be a hard road, and as Naomi mentioned, there's fear and some lack of exposure. Some of us just don't know what we don't know. How can we support women?
All right. Thank you so much, Roxanne, for the platform. Thank you, Naomi, for that lovely submission. I agree with what you shared. And if I'm adding my voice to how we can support women, I would say there should be actionable mentorship, right, to into tech, right? I looked around, and of course, Naomi mentioned that they are role models. But where I am, I looked around and it was challenging to find somebody that could give me broad knowledge on what I wanted to step into. I wanted to know what were my options, what options were available, where I fit, but that knowledge was not available to me, right? And so aside the knowledge part of it, I would say that there should be actionable mentorship, right? Mentorship that is not just at mentors that are going to help you to lead real life projects, mentors that are going to give you feedback, mentors that are going to connect you to opportunities, connect you to networks, right? So this is how, because I am an example of the woman you are talking about, the challenges. I have gone through the challenges myself, right? And so this is not even far-fetched. For several times, a long time now, right? And I am I'm just in here trying to um, get the path straight, right? And so if we get mentors that are not just going to say, you know what, do it this way, do it that way, pass here, pass it, but mentors that are going to hold your hand with effort.
That's great. And I want to ask Karyn, how do you see actionable mentorship? And did you have mentors that helped you along your path as well when you were starting?
Thank you for the question, Roxanne. Yes, I did have mentors. Starting this project wasn't an easy task because I had to learn a bit about the technological space since I just have a peak interest in it. So I partnered up with RTIC training program, which is an incubation training program that helps young innovators as myself work on their projects. So I had a mentor. We have formal training mentorship and peer-to-peer training mentorship because sometimes you wouldn't understand or your peer to break it to you for you to understand. So it all boils down to you humbling yourself to receive information so you can use it in the practical space. And that's very, very key because I felt like the mentorship with my peers was more like the mentorship with my peers was more reasonable because I got to understand them on their level and they came down to my level. And it got to a point where if I don't really understand something, I was a bit shy, but then my peers would be like, come on, Karyn, you can go and ask the formal mentors. They'll teach you, they'll bring it down to your level, to your understanding. And I felt that really, really helped me. RTI in September, and I felt like I've really evolved and grown around myself with the technological side. Thank you.
Thank you. Oops. I was stuck on mute. Thank you. Thank you, Karyn. Yeah, it's really important. And I think like having that support, it matters a lot. Being surrounded by not only people that are like-minded, but are definitely some STEM. And I asked one of our NSS personnel, a computer engineering graduate, why she focused only on software instead of combining both hardware and software. Her answer was soft life. I'm a woman, you know? I think some women are not willing to go through the hard side. I see you all laughing. Do you think the soft life is a challenge, or is the soft life challenging this idea that women should pursue the quote unquote hard sides of tech? Anyone can answer.
So let me just answer this from the perspective of Hyperspace, where I am the administration lead. Now, for the 10 years that Hyperspace has been in existence, I think I've been with them for 7 years or so. And I remember those times, all the tech guys that used to come there, especially the men. You know, Hyperspace started from Asqua. When I went there, they were at Sejum, and they had office spaces for these guys to come in. And I see these young guys with their back, even they were not gone. And when we got into a space where they could sleep over, these guys were sleeping over. So yes, I actually chose the soft life, which is the digital market. I would say that, but then that was on a lighter note. But then with the hardcore, like I call it, tech space, like coming up, it depends. Sorry, it needs a lot of investment with regards to your ability to learn and everything. Yeah, women or even men nowadays can decide to choose the soft life. But I will come back to this, whereby whatever you are doing, is it something that you are passionate about? Is it something that if you're not even paid, you will still be willing to do it? When those men used to come to Hyperspace, those times, I saw a lot of women around. But I think recently, out of the women who used to come there, who were tech, doing software engineering, coming up with an app and everything, about 80% dropped off. It's left with just about 20% of the women who still are in the tech field. So, my dear young lady, that you want the soft life, trust me. If you really want that soft life, then it should tell you that now where the money is coming from is the tech world. Go and check about Wahoo, Valerie, and all that she's doing amazingly with the electric bicycles and motorcycles. The technology innovation field, and now she's purely in the tech field doing amazing. So if you want the soft life, the vacations and all that, you can plan your life so much that you will get there, because that is where the money is coming from. And truth be told, now all the opportunities and the mentorship and the funding that are coming in for women in these fields. So if you want to take a vacation to Dubai, to please, Ashley and Karyn, help me. What are some of the places we want to take vacation?
Then Harry, Zanzibar.
Yes, please. Don't leave your software life somewhere, but you can manage it. So there is balance. Just balance it out and go into that field. But don't make it look like the soft life is, oh, you don't want to stress your, because every job there is stress in there. Just develop into software, because when women develop solutions for us, because of our nurturing nature, everything comes into play. They don't just develop a solution for just solution's sake. They think about everything, about the individuals, because it is from a women perspective, right? And so I would really love to see a lot of women out there joining the Ashley Aggrey network because of what she's doing with the women in the tech field, and also reaching out to Tena AI. Once you finish all that, don't forget that when you want your shopping done, stuff, go and learn from Ashley, talk to Tena AI, and then just allow Kaya to help you with your shopping so that you can live your soft life. Please, I need you there, my dear. Thank you.
So in short, if we need the soft life, we should join Ashley's network, but still do the hard tech, right?
Exactly. So,
Roxanne, can I add Roxanne, can I add a bit to it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so from my point of view, and with working with women, I also think that upbringing and to women, a lot of women have been brought up to think that, oh, women are fragile, women should be treated in a certain way. And so for everything they venture into, and not just sick, for everything they venture into, they are thinking things are supposed to be very easy for me. I'm not supposed to struggle. And once the struggles and the obstacles start coming, they start running away, right? And mental conditioning, I'm a woman, I'm not supposed to do too much, right? With me going around, if you know my life, I'm always on much. And recently with my client, she has this amazing tech initiative she's going to launch. And she asked me, Ashley, do you not think I'm doing too much? And I'm wondering, what are you thinking? This is something that is going to impact lives. Why are you thinking you are doing too much, right? So it's mental conditioning. You've been brought up to think that you're a woman and you're supposed to behave a certain way. There's a limit to what you can do and what you cannot do, right? And for others, another set of people, right, is just because they've heard that, oh, tech is glamorous now, I want to be in the space, and they get there and it's become something else. And so while men are staying, they are passionate about whatever they are doing, staying all night working on whatever they are working on. You cannot do that because you do for an hour and you think, oh my God, what is this? What did I just get myself into? Right. So then again, passion also matters, right? And I also think, lastly, I would say systems, right? Do the systems we have support women in tech? Right. And I'm not just looking at it from, formal business registration, running a business. I'm looking at the home system. If I have a brother that can be behind the laptop all day, coding or doing whatever tech thing or working, putting things together, building something, if I have a brother doing that, I, the woman, I may not, in my typical Ashanti home, I may not be able to do that. The moment I attempt that, they will tell me Ashley is attempting to skip chores. Ashley is lazy because I am in my room all day trying to put something together. So there's the systems, do the systems in our homes encourage women to step into tech, right? Would I be able to say that I am a woman, right, but I am passionate about coding and I want to spend all my time? Would there be room for me to operate in that capacity, right? So that's just a bit I will add to the earlier submission from Naomi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, because that does cover different angles, and hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly. Frank mentioned that I think currently we have a lot of support systems for women's empowerment in tech. Some programs favor women, but still they can't get enough women for the mentorship. If we consider men are dominating in most tech fields, then they probably copy and learn from men, and in the nearest future, there will be a balance. As Naomi said, they have to be aggressive, and I will add being curious about all tech. I promise. I'm surprised. I was expecting to see a lot of women on this awesome event. Thanks for calling it an awesome event. And just to know, we have a little bit of technical difficulties with the network, so you may have noticed two of our speakers dropped off, but hopefully we can get them back. But I'm just going to continue on with one of the questions that we have. And Emmanuel says, I fully support women empowerment in the tech space. One thing I see most of the time is women, instead of creating or contributing to the work, they now turn the attention to the inequalities in the workspace. But looking at things, there are opportunities for women if they put in the work. What should be the focus point when women coming into tech? So Ashley, what are your thoughts around that?
All right. So thank you for sending in these inputs and these submissions. Amazing perspective. Right. So the initial one, the first one, talking about how there are lots of opportunities, right? From afar, if you've not engaged women, although there are a lot of opportunities, that is one. From afar, if you've not engaged women, you may not probably understand some of the obstacles or some of the challenges that get in the way, right? But where I was coming from is in the home, right? And so currently, one of my clients, I have a client I am coaching who has gone through a tech program and currently working, trying to find her feet in the tech space. And one major challenge this lady is facing is from the house, from home. Her parents do not understand why that is the space she wants to get into. And she knows about banking. This is what I want to do. She left her job and now it's become Clash of the Titans, if I should put it. That's a funny, that's like a jargon I use. In simpler terms, it's become a battle for her in her house, right? So the parents are fighting against this, and that systems are the systems supporting women to get into this space. And it's not just her, right? There's another woman from the Aggrey network. She also went through a tech program. She started working with some brands. She specifically digital marketing. She started working with some brands, and she's also for tech it's worse, and in some areas it's worse when it's even remote work, right? You are in the room working all day when we are expecting you to walk out of the house, go to 9 and go at 9 and come back to the house at 5, right? And so this then again is a system. This then again is a system I'm talking about. People we have in our homes conditioned to accept the path in tech women decide to embark on. Right. Roxanne, could you help me with the second one?
Sure. So the second,
Could you
yeah. So the second one was, I fully support women empowerment in the tech space. One thing I see most of the time is that women, instead of creating or contributing to the work, they now turn the attention to the inequalities in the workspaces. But looking at things, there are opportunities for women if they put in the work.
Okay, amazing. Yes, Emmanuel, that's correct. Women should put in the work. And where Naomi already mentioned, don't think anything is going to be handed over to you. Put in the work. That is one. But secondly, there's also the mental conditioning. There's a mindset shift, and already we at the Aggrey network and so many women out there are trying to get rid of that mindset, right? The mindset that tech is false. Women are getting into the tech space, and so we are not going to talk about the inequalities in the workspace. We have to talk about it so that women can know that this is a space for me too. So definitely, we are not going to stop now. We are going to talk about it. But then again, we are also ensuring that women are able to step into the space with confidence and not just talk about it, but be confident and excel at.
Thanks, Ashley. There was a little breakup for me. I'm not sure if anyone else experienced it. Could you just say that last line that you said again one more time? Oh, I think there's a delay there. Well, we're going to go on. So Naomi and Karyn, welcome back. There's been this way to go, very great initiative. I support women empowerment. Keep going. But I want to go back to the question that we're on about, where should women focus? Because from what I understand from the question, there's a tendency to focus on the inequalities. And so I want to go to you, Karyn, because, where should women focus when they come into tech, considering that there are equalities, but, how to refocus or recenter themselves?
Please, can you go over the question again? The network was lagging.
Oh, sure. So the question was about women have a lot of opportunities, but they have to put in the work, right, to get something out of tech and really contribute. But some people may focus on opportunities. How do you, and that's me kind of paraphrasing, but where would you say, in your experience, is where should women focus when they do get into tech, even when they do have these inequalities that they're dealing with?
Women should mostly focus on the impact they get when they do build a tech. Of course, building comes with a lot of problems. There are lots of hustles and struggles here and there. But then if you have a common goal you are facing, or if you have a goal you are aiming towards, yeah, okay, my aim is to let women know about their rights in education. My aim is for women to understand what they are learning from the information my chatbot gives them. So that is where my focus is geared towards. It shouldn't be like you getting retaliations from the you down. You have an aim. Sure, people are always going to criticize you. People are always going to backlash you. But then you have an aim that you are focused to, that you are focused on. So you need to get that fact that, oh, okay, this, you have like maybe, let's say, a board that you have written your aim. Of course, they are going to aim. So you're supposed to focus towards that aim. It shouldn't be like a lot of people are discouraging you in the tech space that women aren't supposed to do the hard parts in tech, or women can't do the hard parts in tech as men can. A woman can equally do the hardware components in the technical space as well as the man can do.
It's very true.
Hello.
Thank you, Karyn. Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you, Karyn. Kwesi says, Ashley, your destiny is all in your hands. Please do what your heart desires and let the guys do what they can. I trust women to do better. How many men can keep a baby in the womb for 9 months? God in his own wisdom created women to be of more help to humanity. Regions of the world, women are capable. There are a whole lot of women we can cite, for example, who have led the way. Whoa. Any response to that, Ashley?
Oh, yes. Women are definitely capable. And the fact that we are preaching women's empowerment doesn't mean that we want to take over what the men are doing. All we are doing is that we want women to step into their full potential. That is basically it. And so thank you for the nice words.
Thank you, Ashley. And Naomi, I want to come to you because your app in particular took into consideration the lives of women, not only how they shop and like the things they need to get done, but also how they socialize. So I'm curious of how you, for yourself, have also seen this balance between, as Ashley mentioned as well, around all the things that you're doing, because you do a lot in the tech world. So how have you been able to balance that or build systems to support it? I think there's a little bit of delay, but may catch up. Oh, I think it's not catching up. Oh, the network these days, guys. But we're if there are any other questions, I definitely drop them in the chat as we're coming down on about 10 minutes left on our call. I suggest women like you must consider the following. Create platforms on social media to draw awareness and teach tech, organize talks at schools, churches, and mosques, and within our communities to address the digital gap, and sponsor. That is all great advice. I just want to open it up for any last questions. I'm just searching through to see what we have. We even had someone in French saying that this was a good meeting. So thank you all for contributing. While we wait for some final questions, I'm going to go around and hopefully we can. Oh, we lost Naomi. But I want to go around and just do some final thoughts. If there's anything we didn't cover, ladies, what are just some final thoughts that you had if you could be your younger self, knowing what you know now, but let's say a younger person who may have joined the call, a woman who is not sure that she should get into tech, or if she gets into tech, what to even do. What would be your last thoughts in terms of how to start, where to go, and really how to get involved? Anyone can start.
Okay. I think I'll go first. I would say to my younger self, or to any young woman that is tuned in, I would say to you that be bold, have the courage to start, right? So if you've spotted any space, not even tech alone, right? If you've spotted any space you think is very interesting for you, be bold, step into it, right? Ask around, gather your information, because you will know your options once you have that information. A lot of times, we always say that the only limit we have is the one we've put on ourselves. And so you say, oh, what if I reach out to this individual and he or she doesn't mind me, or he or she doesn't respond in a nice way? Have you tried? Reach out. Get mentors, right? Because the road is very easy, and as a growth strategist, I can tell you this: the road is very easy if you have mentors, right? You do not have to circle around something for several years. When somebody can say, "This is what's going to work. This won't work. Take this route. Take that route." Importantly, be resilient, persist, because it's not going to be a silver spoon. It's not going to be on a platform for you. You are going to create your own platform. There are spaces you venture into that they will not even want to look at your face, right? When you start, they will not even want to look at your face. You have to penetrate. And so you definitely need be resilient and persist. And I believe that with your courage, with your resilience, with seeking knowledge, you are going to do excellently well.
Wow, thank you. Next we have Karyn. Karyn, what advice would you give to someone starting out, not sure what path to take?
Thank you, Naomi, for your contribution. That was very insightful. If I was to advise a woman out there, or my younger self especially, I would tell technology isn't scary. A lot of us see these technologies all around and we are like, hey, this is so advanced, this is so beyond my reach. Can I even do it? And the answer is yes, you can. You can do this and more. It's baby steps. You just need to learn. From one, we go to two. So in that sense, you can also start now. Of course, they had to begin or start from somewhere. So technology is technology makes our lives very, very simple. So once you really know how to use it, it makes life so simple and easy for you. So one advice I'll give to a woman out there or my younger self is to learn, because we need to learn to understand how to use technology in our benefits and make life easier for us. So that's what I'll tell people on the platform.
I love it. Yeah, learn, learn, learn. I'm a lifelong learner. Um, Naomi, I have two questions for you. The final, I think, because we have time, I think. So my question for you, before technology rudely interrupted us, was um, so you. I was saying that you, with KayaApp Grocery, you actually took into account women's lives, not only how they have to work and manage all the things at home, but also their social life. Because you mentioned like how important it was for them to unwind and talk with people at the markets, to create systems for yourself where you're supported, from home as well, to do all of the things that you do in the tech space.
Okay, thank you very much. So, and sorry for the interruptions. Now, one of the key things that we as women should always remember is that we shouldn't undermine what we call the support system, and the fact that you can ask for help. Ask for help, ask for, get a support system. And starting in the field, there wasn't women organizations in that field where you can get somebody that you can go to and support. I always tell people that now that I knew a lot about this tech system, age has caught up with me, and now they'll come and say the gap age for you to apply for these things is 35 years. And I'm past it. Find a support system and ask for help and educate yourself. Be inquisitive. It's actually women nature to be inquisitive, but we are being inquisitive in the wrong ways. Please be inquisitive in the right ways. Go online, go and ask questions. I had the support from Hyperspace. I will always say the social so those days, and I was always asking questions. Hyperspace has really been tremendous in my life. My family, I have a child as well. My family took my child so that I could explore, so that I could go out there to go and learn. So the support system is what has kept me all this while. Whenever that I go, I try to make people know that people know me as Mami Kaya, not even as Naomi, because I have built a brand as well for myself. So with that, let me just venture into the question that Ashley and then Karyn asked with your self-discovery. What are you good at? If you love solving technical problems or building things, specialize in that. I have specialized so much. People now will tag me under a post that is talking about digital marketing, social media marketing. People will get, yesterday I was there and somebody sent me a program that I should apply for. And I was like, wow, she says, I know you love to be in digital. I've already have a certification in Microsoft to teach women in digital business. So yes, find yourself, know who you are, whatever that you love doing, please specialize in that. If you are more drawn to planning, coordinating ideas, understanding, lean towards digital leadership. Like I said, when we go into the tech field, there are various angles to it. There are various digital confidence. My dear ladies, digital confidence. If you didn't take anything from Mami Kaya Digital today, I'm telling you that as you are going out there as a woman, go and be confident in digitalization. Basically, you become so comfortable with technology, even if you are not coding. You don't need to just be coding to be digital. So go out there and be confident in your digital self. Know yourself, specialize in it, build what we call the digital confidence, and make sure that you build it to perfection. Because they say that even if perfection is not attainable, excellence is there. As you continue in that field, you are going to attain what we call excellence with regards to your digitalization. And if anything with regards to the topic for today about Yaa Asantewaa and everything has taught us as women, is the fact that leadership begins when we decide to voice. Really decided that she needed to do something to support the women who who probably might face the same issue that she's having. When Karyn decided that she wants to do that as well for the women in the university. When I decided that women are busy, we are doing everything, but we need to eat. How do we solve that? That is when. So remember that from Yaa Asantewaa, she stood up and said, why are the men hard? That is when leadership leads, and then leadership begins. So please, women out there, in this Ghana digital ecosystem now, we have to make sure that the future of digitalization in Ghana needs women, and not just any women, not women who are waiting for ready to question. Let them call you names, but question it. Women who are ready to build. Let them say you cannot build. Keep building. Keep building. It's the consistent steps, the consistent little steps. Keep building. And the women who are ready to imagine a world where women are leading alongside our men in this digital field. Please go out there, go and create, go and question the narratives, go and build, and go and imagine. Whether you are a KayaApp grocery in a market, whether you are an Ashley in the Ashley network, building systems to support women, whether you are a Karyn leadership, please make sure you belong in a conversation. Don't let the conversation be going on without you. Belong in a conversation. Step into the space. Be the table. Don't let them ask you, where is the table? Carry your own table to the conversation room.
Yeah.
Be the table. There is room for all of us, and there is power for us women. Because you see, there were times people asking some favors somewhere as women. We get all those things. And when I get into this field, I feel so emotional. When you even go for programs, they are calling the men. And I started questioning. So I know a lot of people those days, even now, have some mentality, some sort of ideology about me and how I do my things. And this is because I've learned from Yaa Asantewaa as an Ashanti woman.
Nice.
And I know that Yaa Asantewaa had to step up into all the young women and every woman watching us. And there's not, Roxanne, it will shock you to know that it's not just we, the young women, it's even the older women, those in the CEO positions. Because yesterday I saw a post on Facebook. I think I'm going to send a link to all of you to check it out. Same issue, where women, we don't want to voice out because of how the men see us, where women are not acknowledged, even when we are doing something. If you want to be in the digital field, you can't do that. Please go out there, build your digital confidence, and I say that carry your table into the space.
Yeah.
Go and create your own table there and get the work done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think it's very important, and I think that is, we are out of time, and that was the perfect way to end this. There's so many great comments. Thank you for a wonderful conversation. So people are saying there's also some advice in the comments on LinkedIn, so please check that out. And it's funny what you said, Naomi, because we even had a comment, Roxanne, looks like only men are commenting. So we need more voices of women, and it just to leave you as well, when we're creating things like AI and things that are going to make decisions on their own, we need representation so that it acknowledges all people, women, all things. So the final comments, let's see, from Richard. He's saying, from women in Ghana aspiring to enter the technology sector, the path to success involves a three-pronged strategy: skill building, community engagement, and mindset cultivation. Firstly, focus intensely on acquiring in-demand technical skills, whether it's software development, data science, or cloud computing. By leveraging free, adopt a resilient and ambitious mindset to challenge self-doubt, which you talked about, digital confidence, or, to challenge the imposter syndrome, and navigate societal expectations. Remember that your unique perspective is a significant asset to innovation, and perseverance is key to converting initial challenges into long-term professional success in Ghana's rapidly expanding digital economy. Wow. So, and I can, the last comment on systems not being supportive in a technical Ghanaian home, local communities in rural areas, getting parents, young girls to understand that young girls can enter into tech is a challenge. For most parents and girls, they are looking at nursing, teaching, hairdressing, and dressmaking. Thank you, I Can Ghana. Thank you, Richard, for those final comments. And my advice for women out there is to stay serious, stay curious, and be ready to take the many opportunities around you. All right, awesome. So women, remember, your voice must be heard. It is valuable in the tech space. I want to thank our speakers that we had today. Ashley, Aggrey, Karyn, and Naomi. Thank you so much. Your input this session was golden and worthy of the royal edition. And just a reminder that early bird tickets for Tech in Ghana this year will be gone the 23rd of November. So get your tickets now before the prices go up. Also, this is the first time Tech in Ghana will be in Kumasi. It's the royal edition, and it's happening on the 4th and 5th of December at Mancha Palace in the Jubilee Hall. All right, so go to techinghanaconference.com, and I hope to see you there. I will be there. So, thank you, ladies, and thank you everyone who joined in and had your comments and questions. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.
Our next edition in Ghana, I'm pleased to announce, we will be going to